It's been a whole year since Singularity 6 announced a pre-alpha sign-up for their game Palia, and in that time, I made a few videos discussing what the game will be, looking over the team's Q&A responses, and giving some of my own thoughts on it. I'm not one to get sentimental or to publicly look over my successes and failures, so instead I wanted to take a look at 5 things that I personally would like to see come to Palia, either by launch or in some expansion. Let's start with something basic. I want to be able to choose where I live to some extent. In most video games, I'm a big fan of snowy environments, so I would personally like to be able to build my own cabin in the snowy mountains to reflect this. Similarly, I could see a lakefront, hillside, or in-town plot being fairly popular with different people, and also isolated plots like one potentially hidden deep within a marsh being fun for role-playing. I understand that this may have some realism or gameplay balance issues if each person can only have one house though, but I can hope. The second is much more broad. I want there to be good interconnected gameplay. By this, I mostly mean that I hope there's a way to get by in the game without needing to do everything. In particular, I tend to not enjoy cooking in most games, just not really my thing. On the other hand, menial tasks like cutting down an entire forest in an afternoon come much more naturally to me. This one shouldn't usually be a concern in an MMO, as auction houses and player trading are typically a thing, but I do still feel the need to mention it. Okay, moving back to more concrete gameplay, I want a consistent and discoverable story set about in the world. I've made reference in the past to the Elder Scrolls, and that they've had a long time and a ton of work put into that story. While I don't expect the same scale of storytelling, I would like to be able to find and read research notes from people studying human ruins, their thoughts on how golems came to be, and even the more mundane things like whether or not life has changed for Kalima Village in the past generations, and if so, by how much. Honestly, I just want little pieces here or there to fill in knowledge gaps. Fourth, and honestly this ties into the last one a bit, some reason to actually explore the world. By this, I'm referring to either some form of hidden collectibles or story elements that reward players for getting off the beaten path, and maybe even giving players a reason to cooperate in the open world. Recently, Lost Ark did this quite well with Makoko seeds, with over 1,000 being hidden across Arcasia. Personally, my favorite were, and still are, Star Wars The Old Republic's datacrons, which were scattered across the planet, usually in intentionally difficult to reach places, and some that took as many as 8 people to reach. Each datacron held hidden story elements and also gave permanent stat increases, which gave different types of players reasons to find them. And I really hope that Singularity 6 is willing and able to do something somewhat similar. Fifth, and last on today's list, pets. While cats, dogs, or rabbits would all be safe and standard, I think the reveal of the Chapaa is a great introduction to an animal that we would probably be able to domesticate. The futuristic and somewhat mystical scenario that we find ourselves in would also allow for many creative and different types of animals, or even machines, to be created to stay by our sides. Okay, this one might be cheating a little bit since it is on Singularity 6's development roadmap, but I'd still like them to be fleshed out and varied. You know, give them a unique feel that you don't find in many other games. But that's it for my list. What do you guys want to see in Palia in the future? Let me know in the comments below. Also, happy birthday Palia announcement trailer. Hopefully we get more good news over the next year, and thank you all for watching today.